Hey everybody, Vice here. Welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest 6. Last time we basically explored around town, getting more info, and then we, via the pawn shop, then we went to the castle to see Cosima, but we were told that her parents died mourning for her disappearance, and her parents just randomly died from heartbreak. Been told by the Vizier and Jalo, which we also met back at the library a little bit later on after we got kicked out and told we were not allowed back in the castle. And now we're gonna... And there was a suspicious guy here that tried to trick us, and I showed that death. Anyway, now we're gonna talk to the prison here at the docks.
Yeah, what do you want?
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Cosima's... Alexander...
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
Me taking this item now, I'm just kidding.
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
So there's an extra item over at the pawn shop we can get.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cosima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cosima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cosima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around. Always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
What else can you tell me about
the land?
The castle of the crown, sure,
Yeah.
is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built.
Repeating dialogue.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of...
What else?
The Isle of the Beast...
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you. Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Now that we're safely out of the dock location and not gonna fall to our deaths, and got more info again. Now before we go get the so-called magic map, and actually yeah, we need to do that actually right now.
Good day. A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
Yep, and he's glinting as a glinting eye.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Can I do this?
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Certainly not.
Alexander...
Can I get the map in
Oh no, I could only exchange the map for something quite valuable. Please choose one of the other...
That mechanical knight?
Very good, sir.
Thank
I'll
you.
trade this mechanical nightingale for a mechanical nightingale. Oh wait, right, I know what I need to do now. Actually beforehand, let me see if I can do something else. Now that he knows he has magical things in the back he needs to throw away. Okay, apparently that's not until a little bit later, so...
Good day.
There's one way we can get the magic map, and that is... trading our insignia
Would
ring.
you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind.
And he'll remember the map.
Suddenly, the old
Excellent,
man
skip
in
that.
the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Seconds later, in the castle,
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
Yes, Master.
Now, what is this about a magic map?
With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Now, I got a question here.
I'd like to trade this magic...
As you wish, Prince Alex.
Perhaps.
Okay, so I can't trade it back at any time. That's good to know.
Can I trade you my ring for the magic...
Of course.
And he's gone. Now watch the bird pop up here. Yep, of course it did. But first...
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
We want...
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. A string of letters floats in the water. The letters spell out, "Where are you going?" Alexander's heard of alphabet soup, but this is ridiculous.
Actually, I'm gonna save right now to be extra safe.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Yoink.
Hey, you fixed my mouth. It feels great.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Okay, we're going to literally not click anything else and get out of here right away.
Those oysters are all sleeping peacefully. Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I like how I hit the Z's of the sleeping just right to where it told me that.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment he can smell nothing else. Alexander takes the feather.
And yeah, that's it for now. So back to that on the crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Nope.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
Yeah, as though says anything, empty bottles are also very useful. Okay, now.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
I'd like to trade this map.
As you wish.
Perhaps.
Now, if the game's lets me do what I think it'll let me do now. Can I do this, or is it going to be blocked until I can figure out where the other item is? Yep, it's not there, so yeah, I have to do our stuff first before I can mess with that.
Good.
Where'd it go? Wait, no, I have it right there. It's the
flawless pearl.
flawless pearl, duh. But first, give him the ring.
Can I trade you?
Of course.
We'll get the map. This'll trigger the bird to be there. Then, we give him the pearl.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Now, let me check my items. And if everything went right, the bird should be there right now. Yep, I did everything correctly. Okay, good.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't make any mistake or anything.
The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet, tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently.
Because I think if you actually have both the ring and the pearl and you give the pearl first,
The nightingale flies to a lower branch
think
and
that
looks
ends
at
up
Alexander curiously,
glitching this to
as
where
if she
the
were
bird
deciding
doesn't
that
appear
this
and
human might not be so bad.
you can actually soft lock. I think that's a thing. I'm not 100% sure, and I didn't want to take a risk. Now the bird has noticed us. Give him the love. Give the bird the love poem, since
Alexander holds out the love poem to the nightingale, hoping that
Casima's
she perhaps
nightingale.
is the nightingale that Jallo
Yep.
spoke of.
exactly.
That she might be able to take the words of love to her mistress, Casima.
Okay, that should work. Oh, it want me to click on it. It's like sometimes it wants me to click
The
to
nightingale
continue, sometimes it
swoops down
doesn't.
and grabs the poem. She flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Casima?
See, that time I didn't have to click anything.
Sing Sing, what have you found? A scrap of paper? Oh, this is no mere bit of paper, but words of love. Who sent this? It must have been Abdul. Oh, Sing Sing, will he never give up? You must be careful, pretty bird. Stay away from Abdul. I don't trust him so close to you. Now go!
The little bird returns to her branch without the poem.
I may... Okay, now let's do this the correct order by first using the ring.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Jallo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Casima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Casima to his presence on the Isles.
Snake with a glint.
The nightingale swoops down and she flies off.
Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
Okay, there we go.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Casima herself?
Or am I merely wishing it were so? Oh.
Alexander examines the red ribbon and finds a strand of long black hair.
Okay, we're gonna save again to be on the save spot. She knows we're here. And let's go a little bit longer. Let me see if this will work.
There's no... Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cosima. The nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you?
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
Yeah, she somehow wrote a piece of paper that quickly.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
Game, don't try to make it awkward. Anyway, that's all the time we have for now. So this has been Vise, and I'll see you guys next time when we go explore more of the islands. Bye-bye for now.